Hey y'all, it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We're going to be testing out the new Artistry palettes by Midas Cosmetics. Now, I ordered these on their website. They are $30 for the two of them. I'm not sure if there's a way, so you can either buy both of them for $30, or you can buy a single for $16, or they have a whole bundle that includes a bag and all the lip icings for $80. I also picked up one of their lip icings. I got the classic clear gloss, which is just a crystal clear gloss. And I also picked up the Flower Bomb palette because I've been looking at this a while, and I have the Smoky Glow palette, and I also have the Dawn or Dusk palette, which was a collab with Neon MUA, and this was $29. And I was like, well, I want to have looked at it for a while, and I was so impressed before with the quality I've received with the Smoky Glow palette that I decided to go ahead and pick that up as well. So before we jump into playing with the eyeshadows, I did want to mention my shirt. As you can see, it says vote like your rights depend on it. It was an idea that I came up with, and Nadia drew it out for me. It is available on my website, which is my business website, cuttincornersvinyl.com. I will leave it linked in the description box down below. But I was talking with Cameron about things, and the idea came in my head, and I was like, that would be an adorable shirt. Plus, it doesn't matter where you fall at on the political spectrum. It still matters if you vote. So I think it's a great idea. And I also am a firm believer that if you don't exercise your right to vote, you don't have the right to exercise your opinion. So we're gonna start off with volume 1, which is the deeper of the two. So, and let me tell you, these palettes are cute. You can't even see the writing on here. I cannot read the names of these shades. The font is very tiny, and I'll try. So I think the coral shade says positivity. The yellow says journey. So there's 5 mattes and 1 shimmer in each. Then you have growth. Maybe this says lessons, the bottom shade, I'm not sure. So we'll start by swatching those. There's the coral, the yellow. That shimmer's gorgeous. The pink, okay. And then let's go, we've got the blue, which I think is Mindset. And I think the green is Connections. So that's like a cornflower blue, not my favorite shade. And then almost a minty green. I mean, it looks the way that it's supposed to, like a pastel, but pastels typically don't work, and I figured we would kind of mix the two. Then we have Meditate, which is the coral or pinky shade from the light one. I think that says Gratitude is the yellow. Good Vibes is the shimmer. So we've got okay, so as you can see, you can definitely tell a difference in the colors on my skin tone and how they look. Then we have the purple, which is Self-Care. Then we have Reflection, which is the blue. And then the green is Mindfulness. Okay, so as you can see, especially on the 1.2 version of the palette, on my skin tone, these look a little bit, this side looks a little bit on the ashier side. Now, I do like the shimmer that's in here, and I do really like the pink. But this side, still trying to get used to the monitor, is definitely much more up my alley. But part of the reason why I left out the Flower Bomb palette as well is I want to do a really pink look. I think that it'll be very fun with my shirt. because when I was telling Nadia what I was wanting to design for the shirt, I wanted something that was very Barbie-esque. Because, you know, a lot of times when we're talking about rights, women's rights are something that are very important and close to my heart. So, you know, a lot of times people try to make decisions for women that shouldn't. So I'm going to use the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas base. This is in Fair, so hopefully this works well for these kind of colors. Typically, if I'm using like pastel shades, I would want to do a white or a light base. I mean, that's just what works the best whenever you're talking about these kinds of tones. So I'm just kind of using this to even out my base. Nothing too dramatic, just even. And I've gotten so many fun palettes lately to play with that, you know, I wanted to play a little bit more with Midas. It's been a while. I mean, I do use my face palette more often than I do the eyeshadow palette, and the only reason is because, as you can see, your girl has a ton of eyeshadow. Way too much for the normal everyday person. That's part of the reason why I'm happy Nadia has started recording as well, because it makes me feel a little bit better, because then it's not just me using the makeup, because this is way too much makeup for one person to use. And it's my kid, so I don't mind sharing my makeup with her. Let's see. But yeah, no. She's wearing her Vote shirt today too. Everybody, you know, it's important to exercise your rights. I mean, it really is. So what I think I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with the Flower Bomb palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Magnolia as kind of my transition shade. This is a BK Beauty 201. Y'all know the drill. I use this all the time. So we're going to use this as kind of our transition shade. Because, as I said, I want something very, very pink. You know? But I think everybody needs to exercise their right to vote. Even in times like this, it is early voting right now throughout most of the United States, if not all of the United States. And if you're worried about the Rona and all that, going in early voting is probably one of your best times to do it, because you don't have to wait in line like you typically would, like on actually election day. So just so you know. So I think next, I'm trying to decide, I'm looking at all my colors. I think next I'm going to go into the shade Daisy, which is definitely a much more hot pink. Now the shade Hibiscus is almost the same shade that is on my shirt. And as I said, if you want to order it, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. Typically, y'all know I typically do SVGs and stuff for you to make your own shirt. This one isn't a design that really works for that, but it's also something that is special to my heart. And we are still getting things back together from the hurricane, so it helps. It helps us out. See how pretty and like Pepto-Bismol-y that is? Is that the best way to describe it? I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this or the Sweet Pinks by Juvia's Place, but I was like, well, I just got in these from Midas, so let's test those out. But I do have some other shadow coming in from Juvia's Place as well. So I'm gonna go into the deeper palette, and I'm gonna go into Lessons, I think, that deeper pink. And we're gonna take and use that really to kind of deepen up. Oh yeah. That's great for that. Just using that to deepen up the crease. But yeah. Sorry if I'm kind of all over the place. We've been moving the furniture and stuff around because we had the insurance adjuster out today, and so moving all the dust and all that has not helped my allergies at all. At all. And I was going to make this more pastel, but I really don't think I want to do that. I think I want to make it straight up pink. So now I'm gonna go into that hibiscus shade. Same brush. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful pink. And as you can see, all that I'm doing is just continuously deepening the pinks. Because I just think that it makes it so pretty. So pretty. Grabbing my 201 brush again and just going over the edges, making sure everything is nice and smooth. But I mean, as you can see, these shadows are performing great. But I mean, can't use all of them. I wish I could. So let's see. What I think I want to do next is, you can see that there's this Dahlia shade, which is almost a burgundy. So I think I want to go into that. This is the BK Beauty 204 brush. Oh yeah. And I'm just taking that and really deepening up the outer crease. Hey Nadia.
Yes.
Your daddy tried to call me. Text him and find out what he wants while I'm sitting and tell him I'm filming.
Okay.
This is what happens. Always, always, always during the day. It's real life though. I mean, that's all part of it. This is definitely real life. Okay, so now I'm looking for a flat brush. Okay, so this is a ColourPop brush. This is a flat brush. I'm going to take and get some glitter glue wherever in the heck that may be on my desk. And we're going to apply that because I want to use this shade right here, the Blooming Pressed Glitter. I know a lot of people, well, pressed glitters, one, are not eye safe. I understand that, but I'm a rebel. I'm gonna live life on the edge and I like to use pressed glitters. Now don't monkey see, monkey do, you know what I mean? Like, tell me that's not Barbie-ish. Don't do it just because I'm doing it. One thing, my eyes are already bad. I'm already blind in one eye, so. If I didn't have bad eyes already, I'd be like, oh no, oh no ma'am, we ain't messing with my eyes, but you know, I already have bad eyes, so it really doesn't matter and there's nothing I can do about it. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so mixing these together is definitely a look. And that's part of it, is like, for myself personally, again, there are certain colors like that are in both of these that I can pull off the greens, I can pull off the pinks, orange, and yellows. That baby blue, cornflower blue, is not always the best shade for this mama. because blues are just not the most flattering on me. So there we go. There's the top of my lashes done. So I'm going to go off camera, do the rest of my face. We'll come back and we'll do the lower lash line and kind of talk about my opinions on Midas. So I'm back and I have the rest of my face on, other than bronzer, highlight, blush, lips. Well, I guess I really don't have the rest of my face on. But I wanted to use on camera the Midas Cosmetics in Neon MUA. This is the Noon palette. This is the one that's made for medium skin tones. So let's see. We're gonna take this Sigma brush and we're gonna contour just slightly, because Mama hardly ever contours. Give myself a little bit more cheekbone. You know, because the quarantine 15 is a real thing. Now I'm going to take this Sigma brush. This is the Tapered Face, the F25. And we're gonna go into the bronzer shade. And really bronze up the face. Look how, I mean, you see how easy that is to apply? It goes on so well. A little bit on the side of my nose. I'm not much of a blush on the side of the nose, but I do like bronzer. Okay, now I'm going to grab this big fluffy brush, a 103 from BK Beauty. And we're gonna go into the blush, which is like a good pinky blush. See how pretty? You can see the difference like immediately. I'm not sure if that's pink enough. I did pull out my Beauty Bakery palette. This is the Cotton Candy and Champagne, and I'm gonna go into the Champagne Diet blush. And this is a black-owned beauty brand. Oh yes, you see how much pinker that going? There we go. And glowy. Girl, I'm glowing to the gods today. Next up, I'm gonna take the Midas and Smoky Glow palette, and we're gonna go into that pink highlighter called Slay. This is the Anastasia A23 highlighting brush. Oh yes. I always highlight my Cupid's bow. There we go. Now that I have most of the powder products on my face, and I am wearing false lashes again today. I've gotten back into wearing false eyelashes more. These are the same ones I wear all the time, the Eylure ones. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Urban Decay 24/7 lip liner in Jilted. Because I want something really pink. Okay, and as you can see, I filled in most of my lips with it too. So we're gonna try the lip icing in Classic. So this is just a good clear gloss. And I'm not one of those people who really worries that if I, you know, stain my doe foot, whenever Smoky Glow says doe foot, it sounds like dofa. So there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish out the eyes. This is the ColourPop BFF Gel Cream Eyeliner in Loverboy. So again, a good bright pink because we're going pink honey. So what I want to do first is I want to go into the flower palette, and I'm gonna go into Dahlia and take that shade just under most of the eye. Okay. Let's see, I need something tiny. Okay, I'm gonna go use this IT Cosmetics brush. It's a crease brush. I'm not using it as a crease brush. I'm gonna take just the slightest bit of hibiscus just on the edge and use that to really smoke out my lash line, because as I said, I want Barbie realness on my face. There we go. Now we're gonna go into the volume 1.2, which the little shimmer that's in here is definitely pulling more pink, so that's what we're gonna use for inner corner highlight. Picks up good on the brush. Pretty, very pretty. Take my BK Beauty brush and just kind of go over the edges a little bit, because I did go a little ham with the inner corner highlight. Okay, mascara, and we are done. So while we are putting on mascara, we'll talk about some of our opinions on things. So far I really like the Flower Bomb palette. I think it's gorgeous. It definitely is more of a palette for spring, but I mean, $29 for it is not bad. Now it does have pressed glitters, and it has 2, 4, 6 pressed glitters in here. But again, for myself personally, I don't mind pressed glitters. I'm not sure if anything from the Smoky Glow collection is still available, but if it is a good collection. Now, I will say that Midas's lip gloss formula isn't my favorite. It's a little stickier than what I like, but it smells divine. Like, this smells like cupcakes, and it is a pretty clear gloss. I mean, there's nothing more or nothing less to say about it. So, and the 2 new little palettes, I love these. I do love these. I think that they're good value. Do you need both of them? No. If you're, I mean, it kind of depends on your skin tone on which one you need to get, but they are pretty. I will not be able to use all the shades in here, but you know, for 16 bucks, I don't mind that. And it's just because, again, some colors look good on some people, some colors look good on others. You know what I mean? Not every color is made for me, and that's okay. I just got some 5,000 foot IGK dry powder stuff, so like when I'm rubbing my hand in my hair, it's like giving me like very rock and roll vibes. But yeah, no, I think all in all the collection's good. The lip gloss for 10 bucks really isn't bad. It's not my favorite formula, but it's not terrible. The 2 little eyeshadow palettes are, the packaging is life. I mean, these are gorgeous. I just think that they're more of a companion palette than something that you need on that you can use on its own. And if the From Dusk Till Dawn collection, or Dawn Till Dusk, is still available, these are awesome, and they're available for all skin tones. But I guess that's it. If you're interested in the Vote shirt, I will leave it linked in the description box. But I guess that's it, so we'll see you later. Bye.